So anyway, what we do here is I'll highlight this, and then at the end we'll rate it on a scale of 1 to 10.
Okay.
What your take was on it.
Okay.
Have you ever had 5-star?
No.
Okay. How do you drink coffee in the morning? You drink coffee every morning?
I do.
How do you do it?
It's kind of
You can say Keurig. I won't mind.
No. I do have a little better taste than the Keurig, which makes just the worst cuppa ever.
Yeah.
But I do drink Nespresso. I like the Nespresso big coffee pots.
Yeah.
And then I do fluffy oat milk.
Okay. Yes.
My kids call it fluffy, steamed oat milk. And then I drop a scoop of collagen powder into my oat milk and it gets fluffed.
What's the point of collagen flour?
Powder.
Powder. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the point of that?
It's just additional protein.
Oh, really?
Supplement protein.
Okay.
By bodybuilding efforts. Allegedly, there's like hair and skin and nails and that kind of thing. But at the end of the day,
I haven't heard of that. Okay.
Yeah. And it doesn't taste like anything.
So like creatine?
I do take creatine, but that tastes terrible.
You think?
Yes.
I don't think it has a flavor.
Maybe I need to get your kind of creatine.
Yeah, maybe.
I use Thorne creatine. It tastes awful. I can put it in. I put that in smoothies and it masks it. Or this other protein drink I drink, Koia, fairly tasty. It's flavored enough to mask it, but it really just stanks up a cup of coffee. I've tried it. No go.
Does it say unflavored?
Yeah.
That's weird.
I mean, it's unflavored in the sense that it just tastes like.
Is it like
creatine? Just tastes like chemical. Bleh.
Okay, yeah, maybe you need to get a new one. Because my problem is like it can get chalky.
Yeah,
you know,
you can't just like put creatine in water.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. But I would put it in like my coffee in the morning, and I don't taste the difference.
Interesting.
And I feel like it dissolves a lot better in coffee because it's hot.
Yeah. Smoothies okay because it goes through that.
Yeah.
Vitamix.
That's right. Well, way to stay healthy.
Doing my best.
Yeah. You have how many kids?
2.
Do you try to keep them healthy?
I mean, I try.
Yeah, but are they like
eat
doing that mac and cheese and Doritos all day?
I would love if they'd eat mac and cheese. That'd be like a big victory. No, they are not good eaters.
I don't know. Sorry. Why is that like off the thing?
What's off with
the screen on top of the microphone? You see it? Like push it down. It's like hanging off.
There we go.
Yeah, sorry.
No, they're not good eaters. And then at a certain point when you have not good eaters, you just want them to eat something. And the biggest calorie or the biggest nutrition metric you track is just like, are they eating enough calories?
Yeah.
And then and protein as well. The pediatricians, like, they need X, I forget what it is, but we have a plan to hit our protein and calories. But no, they eat terribly. We work on it.
Yeah.
It's ongoing.
I hear you. All right. Well, this is you can tell me if I'm saying this right, Los Andes. I'm not like very.
That looks like how I'd say it.
Yeah. Because at first when I bought it, I was like, oh, Los Andres.
No,
there's no R. So we're going to call it the 5-star coffee roasters. They are out of Holly Springs. Los Andes medium roast. When you're drinking it,
okay,
you should be tasting notes of baker's chocolate and fresh melon.
Wow.
It is from some city in Peru.
Okay.
Cajamar. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Okay.
Something Peru. So we'll review it at the end. Scale of 1 to 10.
Okay.
And be honest.
I'm ready.
Because nobody sponsors me, so it's okay.
They should.
They should, right?
Uh-huh.
I feel like it shouldn't be that hard to get like a coffee company to send me a cup of coffee like a bag to try on the show. But I'm bad with so when I look at your social media, what's your social media handle?
Allie in Raleigh.
Allie in Raleigh. Okay. Allie in Raleigh. You do a great job of, social media in general, but I don't know, you're creative. I feel like if you started a podcast called Coffee and Closings, people would be sending you bags of coffee. So I need to get to that point of how to even do that because I'm so bad at it.
Are you cutting up the clips when you do the coffee review and using them on Instagram?
Yeah.
And tagging the companies?
Oh, of the actual coffee review part?
Yeah.
No.
give them something that they can reshare.
What if I give them a bad review?
Then don't put that clip on Instagram.
That's true. Because I am honest with my reviews. So
Yeah.
we know, like, the audience should know that there is some authenticity to this show.
Okay.
Because I'll rate it pretty low if it's bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm not distinguished enough of a palate to rate coffee bad unless it was like really offensive.
Yeah, like dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we're not here so you can tell me how to grow my podcast. Even though maybe afterwards you can tell me how to grow my podcast.
I don't know. I don't have a podcast, but I believe in you. Just keep doing it.
Thanks. I think that's the thing, right? Like, just trying to be consistent. Like, I noticed you post pretty consistently on your stories, and like, I feel like your name on my stories is always up there at some point.
My grid falls off, but my stories, I'm there. And I am particularly weird in them. Like, I feel like you get a better sense of the personality in the stories.
Yeah.
Because I'm like throwing up things that I think are funny, or I don't know. You get a better sense of my personality in my stories. When I get lazy or just busy, to be honest, I'm not lazy. I work like 80 hours a week. And the grid content falls behind and gets boring, and it's only like under contract, just so stuff's boring. But when you still put it up, so you can see that I'm busy. When that's falling flat, the stories are still doing well, and I feel like when people are bored, that's what they click through. When they're you're sitting there and you just want to kill 5 minutes and give your brain a break, you're probably clicking through stories.
Yep. Well, Instagram's gotten weird where, like, I'm scrolling through and I feel like super quick I'm out of, like, the people I follow stuff and then just into, like, ad stuff or for you type stuff.
And then it just decides that, like, you're only going to see creatine today.
Right.
Good. Okay, have a new jar.
Yeah.
I'm fine. I don't need additional creatines. I don't need... Right now it thinks I only want various protein supplements. I wonder why. And I don't actually want to watch any content about protein supplements.
Yeah. You watch a lot of, like, real estate stuff and try to, like, get inspo? Or nah, you're just pretty original. I mean, a lot of your stuff's pretty original, I feel like, so.
I try to get inspiration from outside real estate. And then, because it's like, of course, I'll take an idea or a trend and, like, do my own thing on it. So it's not, like, purely original. Like, I am doing what most people do on Instagram, which is, like, you see this and you make it in your own way. Definitely never copy pasting, plagiarizing anyone's word for word. But, you see a trend, you're like, oh, I can make it work. And so would you like this? So I do try to take some inspo from other industries, because I do notice that, like, interestingly, Coffee and Contracts, for instance, she puts out, like, lots of great ideas for realtors, and you can, like, tell who must be a member because you see, like, 8 agents just posting the exact same template. And it's probably something that other agents know, because the general public is not following 100 agents on Instagram. Right. And I am, because we have friends in our office and colleagues, and then I follow my referral friends across the country. So I don't know that the general public would notice, but, like, I'm not putting up a template, but I just saw 10 other people use. Yeah, definitely. When did you get started in the business? I was licensed 6 years ago.
Okay, so 2020.
Yeah.
Wow, what a time.
Yeah, not great timing. Great.
What were you doing before?
I had a long and winding career. Right out of college, I moved to New York City to go to Parsons for fashion design. And I thought that'd be my creative job application, because I'm an art history painting student in college. Not that I actually thought I'd be a career painter, but I was like, okay, we can be a fashion designer.
Yeah.
This will be perfect.
Of course.
And so I went to Parsons, and I did their 2-year fashion design program condensed into 1 year, which was insane. And then got my first job in fashion, and I was like, okay, well, you guys are all insane. This didn't mean, this was a bad idea. What am I doing? And a friend of mine was like, well, come work in production. Like, it'll be fun. And he was right. It was fun. So I started just as a PA, which is, like, just the grunt on-set production assistant. And then quickly found my way to the art department, which is doing all the set styling, set designing. And because I knew I had a painting background, I would do a lot of like custom paintings, because if you have an indie film or a smaller budget TV thing, or like really any video, like the artwork has to be licensed. You can't just like put up a painting in an indie film and not pay that artist. So they don't have the money for that.
Right.
So the directors would be like, can I get a painting of this tomorrow? Can I get a 5-foot painting of a teddy bear? And you'd be like, okay, sure. So I did lots of like custom artwork and stuff like that. And indie films are fun, but really my bread and butter was commercial work. So like the Kmart commercial of like the Easter dinner where like the camera scrolls and it's like all the peeps and the Easter crafts and like all that. Like it's me doing all the Easter crafts and like setting up that table and doing all that. And then some like cooking kind of shows where it was like you'd style the kitchen with various homewares and doodads. And so a lot of big box like commercial work, that's what paid well. And then I'd also do film, print, any little gig you could find, really.
Was this all in New York?
This is all in New York City.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a set and prop stylist, I think. And then eventually, like in smaller projects, like indie films, like an art director, where you're kind of more overseeing the big picture of what installs look like. And then I got tired of freelancing because you got to hustle for every job, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had like a weekend gig too. I would work in the music industry and weekends. This was actually very helpful for real estate. Both these jobs were. And I was the artist hospitality coordinator. That's what it would be called. Basically, you're the point of contact for the band coming into like Central Park or Williamsburg Waterfront, like any of the big outdoor venues for Live Nation or AG Live. I was the point of contact for the band once they were there. I'd set up their dressing rooms according to their hospitality rider, it's called. You know, if they want all green and M&Ms, I'm the one picking out the green, like all those silly stories. So I'd manage that and then keep them happy while they were at the venue, which is a tremendous task. They're all divas. So very helpful for, you know, managing clients and people with big feelings. And, you know, the more difficult they were, the better. And I'd just be like, by the end of the day, you're going to love me.
Yeah.
Just saw it as a challenge when they came out of the gate really harsh. But, you know, people just want to be seen and heard. So you just be like, I hear you. You're having a meltdown because you're out of deodorant, and I'm going to get you more deodorant. And we're going to get through this together.
Yeah. So you're in New York, you're hustling, doing all the things. And then somehow you end up in Raleigh, North Carolina with a real estate license.
Right. So the whining continued. So I got tired of that, all the freelancing. And I took a full-time, a salaried, benefited job, which I thought was like, okay, me. It's the end all be all. Okay. It's funny, you romanticize things when you're on the other side of the coin.
Yeah.
So I got a job. I was at a Fortune 100 major beauty company, which I guess I could just name. I was at Maybelline. Okay. I was like, and I had some absurd title, Global Manager of Digital Content for Maybelline. It sounds like a very grand title. I only made PowerPoints. I don't even understand what I was supposed to do at the job. I thought I'd be like in charge of all the production, but we'd hire production companies. So weird corporate experience or like when you're like, what do we all actually do?
Yeah.
Why are we all so panicked considering we don't actually produce anything? Yes. So that was also a nightmare. Similar to fashion, beauty and fashion are kind of the same vibe once you're in those worlds. And I just did a quit within, I don't know, like 3 or 4 months. I was just like, I need to leave. I don't like any of you and I hate my life right now. So I quit that and I just wanted to take a stupid job to recover from the kind of awful situation with my boss and colleagues at Maybelline. And I found this stupid, I thought, sales assistant job at a big company called Safavia, just like rugs, furniture, lighting. And it was out on Long Island. We lived in Queens, so I was doing like a reverse commute to Long Island, which was kind of peaceful. Just like going in the city, just in my car. And I was an assistant to a sales executive, like in a little cubicle. And I was like, okay, this is perfect. I won't even put it on my resume. I'll have some like income for the summer. And then just have some like mindless cubicle job. And then I will, figure out what I'm going to do and get back into the creative world. And my cubicle was like right outside the CEO, like owner's office. And he just kind of became my bud. He thought I was smart and funny. And he was like, okay, I'm going to give you one little account. Like, okay. And I just kind of got addicted to seeing how much like volume I could push for that account. I was like, I'm going to give you another account. I'm going to give you another. And then within like 6 months or so, I was not an assistant anymore. I was a sales executive, much to the gal I was supposed to be assisting's dismay. Got promoted pretty quickly and got these accounts. And I just got really addicted to seeing how much volume I could move at these meetings. Like, can I fill a whole container? I started working with the factories directly to make sure we had like a direct pipeline of product, like always going. And if we didn't have a trend, I'd design and with the design department and like design custom collections to make sure we could hit like whatever their buyers were looking for. And I just learned a lot. At first the CEO would be with me at the sales meetings. You start with your like chitty chat, and then you walk the showroom and like show your new lines of product, and then you sit down with your spreadsheets, and then you really get into it and negotiate and make a deal right at the table. And it was just really thrilling to me to grow my accounts and grow the volume. And I was just like, oh, okay, so sales is kind of fun. It's funny that the metric you argue over about when you're selling rugs, it's price per square inch. It's funny we talk about price per square inch. Right. Talk about it as a price per square inch.
Yeah.
And also like knots per square inch and all that. Yeah. So yes, I was a rug dealer basically, a business rug dealer, and I just thought I had so much fun at that job. And it kind of changed my whole course. So I was like, okay, sales are fun. I would love to get out of a cubicle.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be fun to not be like working for the man so much. Because is it like emotionally gratifying to move a container of rugs? No. Like it's kind of fun, but it's not as fun as like getting a house for a family.
Right.
And I miss the creative parts of like styling and that whole world and like flexing that muscle because that's one of like my gifts. So I wanted to be using that again. So I was like, okay, if I become a realtor, I can style my listings and do really creative marketing and kind of get that fixed there. I can be in sales and like get that thrill of like getting a win for someone.
Yeah.
And I can be doing some work that's like a little more personally gratifying than selling a container of rugs for a corporation.
That's right.
So once I had in my mind, I was like, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do it. And my parents had retired in Raleigh, I guess maybe over 15 years ago now. So we would just come visit them and be like, wow, this is easier.
Yeah.
So as we were looking to like buy a single family home, talk about like Connecticut, Westchester, commutable to the city, Long Island, like they're so expensive and the taxes are so expensive. So we moved here for the same reason my clients moved here.
Right.
And from the beginning, I was like, okay, I moved here super pregnant. I was like, I'm going to have this baby.
With your first?
With the first.
Okay.
Have this baby. I'm going to get licensed and I'm going to do my best. And then I'm going to have another baby. And that way, by the time I'm ready to come back after the second baby, I won't have to say it's my first year anymore. So I sold beans for 2 years. Just like, no.
Yeah.
Not like 1 or 2,
Mm-hmm.
But by the time I'd finished the course, the real estate course, and passed my final, it was like just starting to get weird. It's March 2020. And they want you to take your state exam like within 24 hours, right, of the class exam, like as fast as possible. Because all the information just melts out of your brain. And for me, I took my class final, and then they shut everything down. And I wasn't able to take the state final until May. 3 months I had to keep that in my brain. All in March, April, and then into May, they finally opened up the testing centers again. So I had to keep studying for 3 months.
Oh my gosh.
To actually finish the licensing process.
Yeah.
Brutal. And then of course, I'm like, I'm going to be a star.
Of course.
Rookie of the year.
Yeah.
Because I was at like this old sales job. But I took for granted the fact that at Safavia, they gave me accounts.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a person who wants to buy this thing you're selling. Great.
Yeah.
And I didn't know anybody. So they're like, call everyone you know and tell me you're a realtor. And I'm like, okay, Mom.
Yeah.
Eat no? Oh, no. What do I do now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're calling like people in Queens, like, hey, you should move down to Raleigh because I
I'm
need
calling
business,
it a
and
bit
you
more
would probably like it.
effective. No. Let's see. I would look up like who in their home in these target neighborhoods over 5 years and just like write letters or just write cards. It's not a good use of time, by the way. But I just didn't know what else to do. So I would show up in the office like it was a 9 to 5.
What? No, do you?
I was at Coldwell Banker.
Okay.
HBW, which is like a big
yeah.
stay firm around here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of, you end up there because they have a real estate school. And then they, at the time, had a really personal recruiter. And you get kind of fed through their machine and you end up at Coldwell Banker. And I didn't know what to do. So I just show up at the office every day and write cards.
You didn't do the team thing?
I didn't do the team thing. I always wanted my own thing, just like a personality type, basically. And eventually I wanted to like have branding and all of that. And I really wanted to build my own thing. And actually, when I first met with the Bic there, it was like a famous local celebrity celeb. Her name's Susan Holbrook. She's been in the business just a million years and is amazing. And I met with Susan, and she asked me, she was like, well, do you want to be a team or solo? And I was like, well, can I try this and then decide to do that? And she's like, no, you have to make the decision. And I just sat there, and she like pointed to this giant trophy case, and she was like, do you want to help get one of these bigger ones and know you've helped, or do you want one of these with your name on it? And I'm just like a Leo diva, and I was just like, oh, my name on the shiny thing.
Yeah.
So I just went with my gut.
Nice.
Basically.
Yeah.
And went solo.
Did you start out with Alico Homes? Like, was that your thing?
No.
Or has that
It was just
evolved over time?
That's evolved. So it was just, there was no like brand per se.
Okay.
It was just Ali Buscemi, which is not a great brand name. No one can say it. No one can spell it. But no, like at first, like none of the branding and all that was anywhere near the forefront of my mind. It was just like, how can I sell one house to one human? Yeah. So, and I couldn't I didn't know anyone in town. I couldn't build a sphere in the traditional way because I couldn't talk to people face to face because it was just peak raging COVID. I would still do open houses, which were funny. It's like you'd bring your like hand sanitizer and masks and like no one will come near you and like try to relate to people with like half your face covered. I still tried because a lot of people weren't, for good reason, weren't hosting open houses at the time, but I did. And then it was a lot on just social media, like in the Raleigh groups, just who's asking questions about the area that sounds like they might be moving here. That's how I picked up my first deal. And then doing some wacky stuff too, like leaving notes on car windshields.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hustling.
Yeah.
So I always find it, like, because I mean, I grew up in Pennsylvania, but I say I grew up in Clayton because I went to middle school and high school there. So
yeah.
And I got my license right out of high school, but like people who move here with not knowing anybody and then build a thriving business is got to be one of the most impressive things, because even having relationships, now granted, like I was like 18 when I got my license, so nobody was buying a house my age.
Yeah.
But their parents, and so like working with them and stuff. But people who, like come here, don't know anybody, and then build a business is, I don't know if I could have done it. I mean, maybe, but I don't know. Like, that's so tough.
It takes grit. To be real, it takes support too. Like you either have to have additional income or be married to income. So you know what I mean?
Right.
Like I have to acknowledge that. Like,
because that was the same thing. Like I was still living with mom and dad. So like, make or
that's
break.
support.
Yeah.
To kind of keep going. Otherwise, you'd have to have like some pretty significant savings paddings. But it also just takes this like almost delusional belief that you can do it.
Yeah.
Because there's no evidence out of the gate.
I know.
None. So you just have to just be psychotic in the belief that like, nope, I can do this and I will do this.
Yeah. Especially in real estate school when they're reading out the stats of everybody who like
Everybody fails.
and you're like, not me.
Not me.
So either we're just like super egotistical or driven. I don't know. But maybe both.
You kind of need both
Yeah.
because like if you don't have that confidence and that kind of vision and that drive, then you will fail because you're not going to have the results to give you that confidence. The confidence has to come before the results. The results aren't going to come before the confidence. So if you're not like a little delusional and optimistic, and then entrepreneurial life
For sure.
ain't going to work for you.
Yeah. Allie Co. Holmes, the team you are currently head of, leading, own, principal, all the things, CEO. Yes. When did that all start? Like, how did you start from being solo to now having a team? I know you have agents and assistants.
So, I mean, all this kind of in flux. My backbone is my like assistant ops manager gal. And then we have...
What's her name?
Hannah.
Hannah?
Yeah, she's amazing. And then, TC, like admin kind of support as well. Makes it possible. The agent part is in flux. But to answer your question, after those 2 years of... Also, by the time I got my first deal, I was pregnant again. So I was like, still a pandemic, and I'm pregnant in the pandemic with also a tiny toddler. But after the second baby, and I was ready to go back, I'm not like a stay-at-home person. I'm not like wired like that. I'm not like, I don't have the gracious, patient spirit of like a preschool teacher. So basically, told myself it'd be 6 months, but by like, not 6 weeks, but by like 2 months, I was like, I need to get out of this house now. And I was ready to like, all right, now we're going to do it. And I had, it was hard getting the wheels to spin. I never really got them to spin on my own. I was brand new. I was like, okay, now I'm ready to consider the team thing. I don't need leads, but like an actual like mentor that I can bother anytime would be nice.
Yeah.
Someone's been in the business a long time and that I get along with. So I just kind of put that into the universe, and my team lead for 2 years, Kate Kinney, appeared on Instagram just saying, I'm coming to Compass and I'm building a team who wants to come. And I was just like, take me.
Yeah.
So we met at Starbucks. We were both 15 minutes early. We are early birds, which we thought was funny. And we just had such a nice chat. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to work with Kate. So we had a great 2 years, and it was everything I needed it to be. And by that time, I was starting to generate business and didn't need as much as of the hand holding. Although, to be honest, like, I still call her like every week. She's pretty close. And her office was like 2 doors.
Yeah. I was going to say, it looks like you guys are hopefully have a good relationship since you're right next to each other.
Yeah, really have a great relationship. And it's funny, like even when I went to try to tell her, which was of course the part I was most nervous about because like I love her and like we're close. I was just like, hey, do you have any like time to talk later? And she was just like, are you ready to tell me you're going to go solo? She's like, damn it.
Yeah.
Yes, Kate. So she knew.
Yeah.
And she always knew. She's like, your personality type is just not one that's going to be on a team. Like, you're going to do your own thing. And I'm glad we got to, and we still help each other out. Like, we'll work deals together. I'll send her like sign calls or ask for advice because she's been in the business as long as I've been alive. So it is great to have a friend like that. Yes. So when I was launching my thing, Allie Co., my maiden name was Colton. So like Allie Co., Al Coltrane, like all those were nicknames I've always had. And Allie Co., and my spelling of Allie, Alley, which I've had since I was a child, is vaguely property-ish, like in the literal sense. That's an alley.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to do was have in the branding was for it to reflect me, but also be not just Allie Buscemi and Company. To have it like have the space where if I wanted to eventually add keep adding agents, that it did make sense in the branding, and it wasn't super focused on me, although it and ultimately is a personal brand.
Right.
And so that's, and then I also had the idea, I'm like, okay, well, Alley Co can kind of be like the sub of Alley Co Homes. Maybe eventually we'll have Alley Co Style. Now I'm taking speaking gigs, and that's Alley Co Talks. So I thought Alley Co, and it's also Alley Company, obviously, can be kind of the umbrella of this. And we'll keep that open in the branding. So that's what all that was born for. And then the like kind of wild imagery, I just really wanted to, I didn't want a logo like everyone else. It's funny that the logo is very like, it's just all cap, like it looks like a street sign.
Yeah.
That like was my kind of inspo for it. When I sent it to the designers, I was like, I want this to be something like people could draw themselves if they wanted, and I want it to be like a little aggressive, like kind of like a slap in the face, just like a typography logo. And I want to balance that with all this kind of like whimsical, stylish, fun imagery. And so I worked with a really great design company that's not in the real estate world to develop all this imagery, sub logos, in this like whole kind of Alley Co world of imagery. And that the whole process was really fun.
Yeah.
And expensive.
So you didn't want Alley? Yeah, I can imagine. Oh my gosh. You didn't want Alley Co Homes with like a rooftop above it? Like,
no. Nope, just the text. And we have sub logos too. That's just like ACO. And I remember like one little coaching program I took when they had you brainstorming branding, and I had to like do my homework and submit my colors. And I was like, okay, I want the main signature color, or kind of the main accent color. So obviously we use a lot of black and white compass. Right. But the main accent color to be this like hot pink. That's just like my soul color. I wish it looked good when I wear it. It's not like my color for my coloring, but it's like just, it's my color. And the feedback, they're like, it's really loud and feminine. And I was like, great.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Perfect.
Perfect.
That's what I want.
Great. So we have secondary colors too.
Yeah.
But yes, it was a long journey developing that imagery, but it was a really fun creative exercise. And it does stand out. Like it does look different.
For sure.
Than what everyone else is doing.
Correct me if I'm wrong. And I sent this in my message to you about like, I feel, I mean, again, I've only been at Compass a year. So,
sure.
I mean, your name came up pretty quick as like the person of Compass. Obviously like Compass, Joaquin and stuff. So that's awesome. But then I just feel like just the year I've been here, like your trajectory going like, poof. Do you feel that has been the case? Or do you think it's just been like, hey, this has just been 6 years in the making? Or do you think like, oh my gosh, these last year or two, like I've really popped off?
It's real. To the left of my desk on the wall, I have a little line chart with points, and it's sales volume and it's years. And the curve is very flat at the beginning. It's flat for 2 years, basically. And I put the next year on there before it's completed so I can see it. But I wanted that curve to be exponential. And that was always like in the part of my planning. So now we are in that exponential part because like 2 years, nothing, first full-time year. So let's say I've been at this 4 years full-time. And I'll just be like honest because I like being honest about the volume and stuff because I want to give encouragement to like beginning agents or that it's not as easy as it looks, but it is possible, right? So I think my first full-time year, I probably sold 8 million. And then I think I'd have to look at my chart. For 2 years, I wanted to cross 20 really bad. I wanted to double the volume, and that did not happen. And then finally crossed 20 million last year. But then this year I will cross 40. And we're kind of already tracking to that. Like I will have closed 15 million in the next, by the end of March.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So it's happening.
Yeah. Do you ever, looking at it, right? Like in the moment, obviously I know we're talking about it now, but do you think, wow, like this is actually happening? Or are you just like, you're so busy that you're just kind of rolling with it?
Well,
Does that make sense?
yes. Right now I'm like, oh my God, this is happening. So fighting to cross the 20 million mark, which I went from 18 or 8 to, there was one year where I doubled. So maybe the first year wasn't even 8. Maybe it was like 5 or 6 or something. I should have reviewed this before I said I'd be open about numbers.
Yeah.
But at one point in these years I had doubled. And I was like, I want to double again.
Yeah.
And it's not actually reasonable to keep doubling forever and ever.
Right,
You do tap out like
Yeah.
what one human can do. And honestly, like I am tapped out of like what one human could do volume wise. I mean, I can increase it by upping the price point, but like transaction volume, like that's what kills you. And
Yeah.
like if you want to see your family, like there is max. But yes, I became aware that it was really happening. My Q1 last year was very slow, and I think that was true with a lot of people. Like, there was like an interest rate spike, and I was like, "Damn!" I was already depressed, and I was like, "I'm not going to hit 20. This is depressing." And one of my, mentor type coach friends was just like, "You can't give up on your year in March because you're like off of your imaginary standards you've set for yourself." And I was like, "Yeah, I guess that's true." But then I made up for it and like got on a hot streak, and I was like, oh my God, we are going to hit 20. This is great. But this year I have been aware because I just came out of the gate of the year with just this insane hot streak. It just was like a lightning strike. I also did add in new elements, like I added a YouTube channel. I cut out some other things because the thing is, like, you can't expect to have a different year just from doing the same thing you do. Like, you have to add in something or double down on something. It doesn't have to be like a totally new element, but you're not going to have a different result. You might have some natural growth, right? From repeat and referral. Like, you'll probably have some natural lift. But you're not doubling your volume by doing the exact same stuff you did the year before.
Yeah.
And I'm aware of that when I sit down to like make my goals and do my planning,
Yeah.
But I've like so this is a metric that made it very real. Like, I've never even been on like the front page of that top producer's Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, I've been back there before. But that's putting everybody together. Like, you're against teams. You're against like these stars who are just amazing and running these big, almost like corporations of teams.
Yeah.
Teams that develop whole ass
You're okay. You're all
teams
right.
that will develop like whole neighborhoods
Yeah.
and like like people I look up to. So I've never even been on the front page of that. And then in February, I was the #1 spot, and I like nearly fell out of my chair. I was like, did you guys double check this? Like,
Yeah.
Is this? I knew I had a good month. I knew I'd
Right.
be up there. I knew I'd be on that
Yeah.
front page, and I was excited about that. But like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What difference has being so involved with the real estate community been for you? So YPN, you're very involved with the Compass retreat stuff, and just, I think Compass in general. But then I also see you, correct me if I'm wrong, but things that are not Compass but real estate related.
Yeah, I'm very visible in Compass land nationally and locally. I am that, and that's what helped get me past 20. Like, those efforts, they don't show up. Like, you don't just go to one event, referral. Like, sometimes it does. Like, once at an actual national event, someone's like, oh, Raleigh, I need someone in Raleigh. I'll connect you. But typically it's not like that, right? Like, it takes time and you keep up the relationships, and then eventually a referral will shake out. But it was in my business plan to like go to a feeder markets, like little local event once a quarter. And because the past 2 years, I was getting 40% of my volume from Compass land nationally.
Really?
Yeah. Because we're such an inbound market. Like, those efforts are worthwhile.
So talk to me, like, practically speaking.
Yeah.
You go to these quarterly meetings, then what?
Yeah. Oh, buddy. I got a whole pitch deck
Okay.
presentation of how I do this. Because that's part of it too. Like, I have these presentations ready to go that like I give to team meetings because they're always, need a new speaker, or I can give it at their YPN's thing. So if I'm going to like a random regional event, which has been my bread and butter, First of all, I'm going to wear something interesting that people are going to be able to talk to me about. Often at like retreat or something, I'm wearing like a Grateful Dead pin or some kind of insignia because like if you are in that world, you 100% are going to come talk to me about it. And it gives you something to connect over. Versus because most of the conversations are like, oh, where are you from? Oh, like my college roommate was from there. Oh, neat. We should trade info.
All right.
And you do that 200 times.
Yeah.
And you remember no one and no one remembers you.
Yep.
So I wear something that people are going to talk to me about. I take notes on every single person I meet, just in my phone. There's probably more sophisticated ways to do this, but whatever way you're actually going to do is what's the best way. So I just have a note running in my phone, and I have the person's name, their market, and then like a couple keywords of something we talked about.
Are you putting your name in your phone as you're talking to them? Like, hey, my name's John Smith. Are you like, hey, John, like that? But then putting it in your phone or no?
Yeah, or not in my contacts.
Yeah.
Just at this point, it's just a note.
Okay.
And I'm doing it not as I'm talking to them, but the second I turn away. I'm
Okay.
like, beep, bop, beep, boop, boop.
Yeah.
Writing down.
Yeah.
Write down what we talked about. When I get back home, I'm either sometimes I'll do a gifting program, like after retreat, like I'll send out little treats or something. Like once a year, I'll try to send out gifts to like all my agent pals across the country. But at the least, I'm just doing a handwritten card. And I have some cute sticker that I throw on there too. And just, short and sweet, nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. Hope if I can mention something we talked about to jog their memory, it will. Card. And then at that point, I'll look you up and put you into my CRM. And then I do just a quarterly email to all agents in my CRM out of market. And I'm sure you've gotten this email, like, I'm your referral partner for Delaware. And I'm like, I don't even know who you are.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
you're not.
Yeah.
It's like that email is useless.
Yeah.
So I try to send an email being like, this is what I'm doing for lead gen, or this is what I learned at this thing. Like just something like interesting and helpful and personal.
Yeah.
And I just do that quarterly. And I don't do the thing where I'm just blasting them with all my open houses, all my listings. It's like, why are you inviting me to your open house in Washington State, man? I can't make it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Glad you got the listing.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah,
I don't do
this.
this.
Yeah.
So it's all about the CRM tagging. And then I also pay close attention to sales managers, and building relationships with sales managers is amazing. A lot of referrals start with them.
This is so interesting to me.
Yeah,
Because
it's a whole world.
it is a
It's
whole-
not just like, oh, Allie's nice and out there. Like no, Allie's doing this with strategy.
Yeah. Obviously.
Personality and strategy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Come in there with some flair.
Yeah.
And some
Flair is
knowledge.
key.
Yeah.
Flair.
Okay.
Yes. You have to have your flair.
Yeah.
It gives you something for people to talk to you about.
Yeah.
So like if you have you could do it with like an alma mater.
Okay.
This like
Right.
Auburn. People are culty about certain colleges.
For
If you're
sure.
culty about your college.
Yeah.
Find a way to put it under flair so people will talk to you about it.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is a whole nother world because it's lead gen,
Oh yeah.
but not to the consumer.
Nope.
Which is interesting.
Yeah. So also, if you mention my flair, if you mention my Grateful Dead sweater, it was just funny in Charleston. It was like literally a giant steal your face sweater. Then when I write your name down, I'm putting GD next to it, and that's a separate tag in my CRM. And then those people got like a special gift, which they loved. It was like a little steely like car decal, like metal one. So those people got the card. And I think that year I sent out like journals that had like the Compass Entrepreneurial Principles. And then if you got the GD tag, you got a special little gift. And like those people are going to remember you,
Yeah.
you know?
Hmm.
And then you just are a human and you just keep in touch like normal friends.
Yeah.
Adding on Instagram, always.
Yeah.
And I always say like, are you on Instagram? Let me follow you. And they'll follow you back.
Right.
You can't just be like, you should follow me.
Right. Yeah. Check out my dope account. Give me a follow.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe.
That's right.
Yeah, you just be a human and you make friends across the country.
sure.
And then once your name is out there, like the results kind of compound. But I've trimmed back the travel this year because it's hard on my family, right? It's like a whole group effort with like grandmas and my husband and everyone to like help with kids stuff if I'm gone for 2 or 3 days. Also the retreat and like probably one other thing. But or maybe like a quick hit to like Atlanta or Charlotte or something like
For sure.
that. But, at the end of the day, you are paying referral fees and all that, which is great.
Yeah.
But that was the reason there was kind of the gap between my volume and my GCI, of which, of course, determines our split, because I was paying referral fees on 40% of it. So it's like, it's a metric that it helped me to double down on it and get to where I was. But when I was considering where I wanted to go, I was like, okay, let's just keep this afloat. We don't need to grow this arm. Let's just nurture what we already have going on.
Gotcha. Yeah. 7 years I've been in the business and I've never been to a real estate conference.
It depends on like personality type too. Like I love, like you put me in a room full of strangers, I'm like, let's go.
That's how I feel like I thrive in those. I don't know why.
Get yourself to a retreat and go yap.
Yeah.
It's
I don't
fun. Know. But a lot of people go and they just have fun.
Yes.
They don't do any follow up. Like if you just go to like party and like
a time away from the kids.
You're not going to, like you're not generating business like that.
Yeah.
But if you go and party and take notes,
right,
follow up.
Yeah.
And
strategical party.
Strategic. Yeah. It's not like, I'm having fun at retreat too, but like I'm taking notes on every conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I do this being at Compass, it kind of opened my eyes to that world a little bit.
Yeah.
And part of the reason why I'm at Compass is the culture, right? Like the whole, everybody's kind of like all in. And so I think that's awesome. That was the toughest part about being an independent brokerage is like, you have nobody.
Yeah.
And trying to find other people and like other independent brokerages and
sure that are like conferences for their like brokerage agnostic and stuff. But Compass is unique that it's not franchised, right? Mm-hmm. So they give us all these opportunities to be together, and we really are one company. It's not, and we're operating in the same way because it's from the top down versus, the franchise model that they're just kind of paying a franchise fee. I think they do have their like family meetup or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
So I'm sure, there's Gen Blue for Coldwell Banker and all that, and Compass has done a great job with Retreat going for years now. Like now they're balancing. Like, I still want to go to sessions. I don't want to just hang out the whole time. I want to have, like, inspiring sessions, but I also don't want to be in the conference hall for 8 hours a day for 3 days.
Yeah.
Nor does anyone else.
Right.
So and at first they did, okay, we'll do 2 retreats, and we'll do this model and that model. And they realized that, like, the best retreat is just a balance. Mm-hmm. You can go to some sessions. We'll put you in some small group activities. We'll still have our big fancy party. So I think they finally got it down.
Yeah.
The balance.
Yeah. Yeah. I really should have taken advantage because now I have a wife. I have going to be 1-year-old.
Yeah.
Something's a little trigger. But she's great. She's super supportive of that stuff. So
yeah,
I should just get out there.
And, help her out. Like, get a nice relationship with the sitter if you don't have one already. And be like, hey, I'm going on for these days. We're going to book Tina to come help you during this time.
Yeah.
See how you can support her.
Yeah.
So you can bring home more bacon.
That's right.
Yeah.
What do you think makes a great agent great?
Yes. Okay. It's funny. Kate and I talked about this a lot. Okay. Obviously, a great agent does a great job for their clients. Sure. But as far as who's going to make a great agent, we feel like we've got this down.
Please tell me.
I'll tell you. And maybe the viewers at home can either spare themselves the effort or decide that, oh, yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
There are 2 things that you must have to be a successful real estate agent, and neither can be taught. Everything else can be taught. But these 2 things cannot. And you need personality. Mm-hmm. It can be your own personality. It doesn't have to be the same as everyone else's, but you need to be personable, and you need internal drive. I've met lots of agents with lots of charisma who don't want to do the work if they're not getting paid per hour.
Yeah.
Or like don't want to do the work if they don't see the results in a month, 2 months, 3 months. And if you don't have internal drive, you'll never make it. Likewise, I've seen agents who like grind it out in the office and they're doing all the right things on paper, but they have, the personality of a piece of cardboard. And like, that's not going to work either.
Yeah.
And you cannot teach personality and you cannot teach drive. So if you don't have those two, you're done.
I love that.
Yeah. And because from that, like someone can teach you how to negotiate better, can teach you how to get better systems and processes. We can teach you about the contracts. We can teach you about how to work an open house. Like we can teach you a million things. We cannot teach you how to be pleasant to be around.
That's right.
Nor can we teach you to have the drive and believe in yourself that you're going to keep showing up.
Yeah. What do you think the ultimate goal of a team is? Do you think it's to, I guess, I don't know, now that I'm thinking about it out loud because what you just said with your two things, but is it to your scenario, 2 years, you grew a ton, and then you were like ready to leave the nest, right, and go do your own thing? Is that the ultimate goal? Or do you think the ultimate goal is to grow a team and create such great culture for that team that those team members don't want to leave?
I think it's different for everyone, obviously. Like, I have no desire to be running a corporation. Like, it's a different job. When you get that many agents, it's a lot of management, and you are the HR person, and you are the management, and that's a lot of people's feelings, and it's like a whole different skill set. And like, I love delivering real estate wins and selling real estate, and I love marketing, and like, that's what I want to do. I don't want to be the HR of a team of 30. I don't want to have to hire someone or sit down and like review all these costs and metrics, and they're often it's not as profitable as like people think it is. Like, people just imagine that the team lead is just like taking all these checks for doing nothing. In reality, they have a lot more expenses, and they have a lot more liability, and the margin actually kind of goes down sometimes, especially if they get into like their own office. So rather hiring a director of ops, they're hiring all these non-producing salaried people. If you're building out that much, your margins are probably shrink. But also, it's just about like, some people, like, it is they're great at running big teams. They keep people. They're great coaches and mentors. And if that's you, God bless. For me, like, my lean and mean is my goal. I just want to be able to serve people well. And adding an agent has just been about like, okay, I am now generating more business than I can personally serve. But it's got to be the right kind of fit. And I haven't been great at the hiring of the agent. It's funny, like, I'm good at picking friends, and I like to think I'm a great judge of character, but salespeople aren't great interviewers. Like, you get someone in front of you and you spend the whole interview trying to get them to like you. And I'm also like a big love mush. So like, I'm giving everyone benefit of the doubt. I'm probably ignoring some red flags. I'm like, oh, well, you don't have to be just like me. Like, who cares? Like, it's a working relationship. But in reality, the vibe fit does matter, especially if you're running like a lean and mean thing. So right now, when I'm beyond bandwidth, I'm just referring out business into the office. But because I got a little burnt out on the team thing, but I probably will eventually take an agent who can partner on the deals that I don't have the bandwidth to do, and then I can help boost their career and get them started. But I just need to be really unrelenting and like the culture fit part, and find the right person. So I'm not also looking for anyone. So the universe needs to just put them in my lap. It has to be like, I would love to do business with this person every day. Let's hire them. Yeah. Because I'm a little burnt out of trying. So right now, I'm just like solo with a ton of support, like administrative, 2 administrative support people, and referring out everything that I can't touch. Yeah. Because you don't want to just be greedy about the volume and then do a bad job for people. That's my nightmare. Yeah. So I'm not going to agree to help you if I can't be there for you in Clayton on Saturday morning. You know what I mean? Like, especially as a buyer agent, like, you have to have someone who can be super nimble. Yep. And I'd rather do an excellent job for 10 people than do a mediocre job for 20. Yeah. That makes sense.
So the goal for you is like, if you had an ideal team, what would it look like?
My ideal team is me. I'd be on it. And then
That's okay. Interesting take on that, by the way.
very unusual. One junior kind of agent
Mm-hmm.
who would we'd have like a mutually helpful relationship, right? Like I could help them by giving them some leads that I can't service,
Mm-hmm.
and they would help me by hopefully helping with showings, and I would pay for that as well. So hopefully they have a couple income streams while they get their thing going. And as far as helping with my showings when I just physically can't be two places at once. And I do have some agents in the office that I pay per door and who help me with that right now. But that person could take over that. That person would be a good reflection of the brand and the values of the brand, which are really just joy and excellence. We are going to do an excellent job and we are going to have fun with people while we do it. So I want that person to be a reflection of that. And yes. And I do like mentoring. Like that's why I do the whole YPN thing.
Yeah.
Like I do have a lot to teach people. And yes. So, doing the coaching and all that kind of stuff. So that is my ideal world. And then on this side, I would have my director of ops, Hannah, like my assistant, who would oversee the like TC and listing manager.
Okay. Yeah. So that's the ideal Allie Co world.
That is the ideal Allie Co world.
So you have like a passion for like new agents?
I do like newer ones. I mean, I've made mistakes like hiring totally green, and then I don't have like the bandwidth to literally rear them beyond like shadowing, pulling them into my office when I'm building things up. Compass has a ton of coaching, so I'm not like opposed to totally green. It's just, I think the ideal kind of person is someone who has had some experience, but just needs what I needed, which is just like a little help to get momentum going.
Yeah.
Like
more mentorship than like
and
just giving you business.
Yeah, exactly. And now I actually do have business to give. So yes. So it would be nice if that person was in the position to be able to serve that business today and not have me just have to actually do it all behind the scenes because they're not ready.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited for Allie and Allie Co. Allie Co. Homes, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like you guys are kind of popping off. So it's so cool to see.
Well, thank you.
I love success, seeing other people succeed.
Yes. Well, we must take other people's success as a positive sign of what's to come for us. Because it is a very toxic mentality when you start taking your peers' success as like...
Right. Because I look at you, right? And we've been in it about the same time. You're here, volume-wise and all that stuff. And I'm like, I'm here. But that being said, it's not like, oh, freaking Allie, dude. She freaking...
Yeah.
It's like, Allie can do it. So, like, there's no reason that Allie can be here and I have to be here. It's Allie can be here and I can be here too. But I think is encouraging.
Yeah, totally. And I have peers that I look at that too. I'm like, they sell way more than me. And it's like, what can I learn from them?
Right. Yeah.
Or how are they like all in on one thing? What's my thing that I could do?
Yeah.
Because there's so many ways to go about this business. Like, even if actually someone took my exact formula, it would look totally different because my formula is personal brand.
Yes.
And that's how I am on Instagram. That's how I am at these functions. So you could take my whole playbook, which is why I share the playbook so freely, because you can all do it and it's going to look completely different.
Yeah.
You're going to attract your people and I'll keep attracting my people.
Yep.
Like, I don't see anyone's success as like as a detriment to mine.
No.
Like there's really and truly's room.
Yeah, there is. I mean, especially because like somebody's going to hate Ethan and love Allie. Somebody's going to hate Allie.
Yeah.
Love Ethan. So
I get rejected all the time.
Yeah, that's right.
And like, I finally have enough business to be like, all right, bye.
Bye. I don't need you. That's right.
Yeah, I used to hear a lot. Like I used to lose some sleep. And I do ask for feedback. Thank you so much for letting me know.
Yeah.
Would you be so generous as to give me some factors that influence your decision? Mm-hmm. It really helps me improve.
Yeah.
And often, don't just ask for feedback. Ask for factors that influence your decision. And they'll give you these little nuggets that like you never even considered. That
like what? Like the way you talk or something? Or is it more like your systems?
So the first time I did this with the listing, and it was like, well, the other agent just had a big team that could help facilitate the sale. We know that you don't need a big team to facilitate a listing.
Yeah.
So now I know to get ahead of that. So now when I'm in my listing appointments, I'm saying when you work with me, you're working with a small, lean and mean operation, and you're getting me from start to finish. You're not handed off to like the junior list agent and the closing coordinator and this person. I'm giving you boutique service from start to finish. So now I'm getting ahead of that. I'm telling them what the pro is of working with a small team versus a big team. And to be frank, I'm planting a seed of doubt about what that experience is going to be like working for a giant team. Yeah. Just like that team planted a seed of doubt of what it'd be like to work with a solo.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's all fair game. I'm doing this in a way that's talking positively about what I offer. I'm not never trashing anyone else's model or anything like that. Sure. But so now I know that that's can be a point of concern for people, and I get ahead of that in every single list appointment. I'm getting ahead of objections. I lost a listing the other day because someone was like, it just seems like you do more high-end things. I don't know how much I'm going to amend over that because I do like an increasing price point is great.
Yeah.
However, I am very intentional too to be like just as proud of closing first-time home buyers, of closing more modest properties, of making modest properties look amazing. Like that is just as fun for me.
Yeah.
So I never want to make it seem like I don't want your business because you're under 500K. Like it's not like that. So that was an interesting thing to note. Once a buyer fired, I mean, they hadn't signed anything yet, so it's not quite a firing, but like I was nurturing the relationship. She had a collection. We were in talks and all this. To me, she didn't need that much attention because she was 6 months out. Like she needed to sell a property in another state to even move here. Like she wasn't ready to do anything. So I didn't think she needed me that much. But the middle, and I've actually lost a lot of middle pipeline this way. You have to pay attention. Like we pay a lot of attention to our current clients who need us right now. And we pay a lot of attention to the new leads that we're trying to capture. But there's this middle that you lose because you're like, oh, you're 6-9 months out. You don't need me.
Right.
But they want to feel special too.
Yeah.
So you have to just like kind of automate, like, get an action plan or something. So it's, the system's pinging you every month, like, hey, find a reason to talk to this person just so they remember you exist and you remember them. So things like that, just like the system telling me to like check in on people regularly, and don't forget about these people who are in your wheelhouse just because they don't have the most immediate needs.
That's great advice. Yeah.
Yeah. And then someone fired me because I mentioned I had another client.
That's crazy.
I asked because she was like, can you see this on Tuesday? This is someone who wasn't ready to buy yet. But I was like, Tuesday I'm doing a showing for another client who, I just sold their listing. Like they really got to get in somewhere. But how about Wednesday afternoon? And in my mind.
Yeah, you didn't even think twice about it.
Yeah. But it really rubbed her the wrong way. And when I asked for more feedback, she said that I just thought I wasn't important to her, that she wasn't important to me. And I said, thank you so much for sharing. First of all, thank you so much for sharing. This should be the only way you respond to negative feedback because it is a gift. And if you were defensive, you were only making yourself look like a fool. So thank you so much for sharing this. I never want anyone to feel that way. I will amend my ways accordingly. So never again will I mention the fact I work with anyone else.
That's right.
You're all my only clients.
That's right.
Everything is an appointment. Yeah. So sorry, I have an appointment then. Because if I need to tell her what it was.
Right.
I just never imagined that would rub someone the wrong way.
Yeah.
So yes, everything's an appointment. You don't have children that you need to pick up. You don't ever go to the dentist. And you don't have other clients.
Well, I've gotten a call from...
You only have appointments.
That's right. I've gotten a call from another... There were a buyer on a listing I had that they had interest in, but they had a realtor. Ugh. And they were like, but she has kids. And so I think that's going to take away from our time. And I'm like,
do I tell them?
I'm like, did you sign a buyer agency agreement? Yes. I'm like, well, I'm not stepping on any toes. And I knew of this agent and she really is a phenomenal agent. So I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe she has kids or maybe she had to pick them up from soccer or whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I ended up like just trying to defend her, like she's gonna do a great job for you, I promise. Like,
Yeah.
and they ended up actually closing on my listing with that agent, and she was like, "Please never tell her I reached out to you." It's like,
Yeah.
I haven't, but it was kind of funny, and I'm like,
you can't tell, like, you don't imagine that might give someone a negative impression.
right,
Like,
because in our business we hear all the time like people want you to be the real you, right?
yes.
Like post your kids and stuff like that, right?
Yeah. And I do that. But I never am saying I can't come then because I'm picking up Timmy from baseball. I have a Timmy. My kids don't play baseball. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's all just, I have an appointment then.
Yeah.
I can help you at this time. Or if you really need to get there quickly, I can send a colleague to help.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can't be the excuses. Of course, like, you know what, there are some clients where like that you get to know them better and like they're basically friends at this point, and you can be, you know, maybe repeat clients and they're just like kind of feel like family at this point.
Yep.
Like there's exceptions to this. But for anyone who doesn't know you that well, like you don't have a life, you just have appointments.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. What did you think of the coffee? It was pretty good.
Oh, is this the time when we do it?
Yeah. Why not?
I just
unless you have more to talk about, let's talk about it. I don't really have like a timetable on these things, so
How long have we been yapping? Are the people going to be bored of us?
like an hour and 10 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Kind of flew by, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. The coffee's good.
And now that it's cold and you just took a sip.
I took a sip at the very beginning.
Yeah. I always do this before every review. I'm like, oh yeah, cold. So I'm like 4. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I have to give it a number?
Yeah. So like, and you can do numbers, number, decimal, number, whatever you want to do.
Out of 10?
Do you want me to go first? Does that make you feel better?
Sure.
Out of 10.
Okay.
It wasn't my favorite. It was a little bland. So I'll give it like a 7.2.
It's got
Better than average. So like I always think of a 5 as an average, right?
Yeah.
Average is like not a specialty coffee shop, but if I went into Starbucks and got a black coffee
Okay.
or Caribou or somewhere like that's not ultra localized, like
Yeah.
single sourced.
Quarter note.
Right. Quarter note's the best. So that's like my standard is 5.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this is better than like just going to a Starbucks or something, but it's not as good as going to quarter note.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'll give it an 8.
Okay.
Because I'm more generous.
Okay.
In spirit.
That's right. I've never given it anything higher than a 9. 9 was
Okay.
the highest. So
Yeah. Well, you must be a real connoisseur.
you'd think, right?
Yeah.
Not really. Not really.
Yeah. It's a little. Some people might like this. For me, there's like an acidity where I prefer like more of a nutty kind of bite.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And there's like kind of a.
Like, would
Acidity.
you buy it?
No.
Okay. I probably wouldn't either.
Yeah. See, this is not content they're going to reshare on your Instagram.
They're not gonna repost this. Oh, that's okay.
That's
I did highlight a different. This is the second time I've had 5-star.
Uh-huh.
I had it on like the 3rd episode or something like that.
You like that other one better?
I think I liked it better. Yeah.
Okay.
But it was more of their like one of their most popular ones.
Okay.
Where I've never seen or heard of this one. So
Well, now you know why.
yeah. And honestly, so this is from Peru. I don't know anything about Peru beans. I know like Colombian beans are the most popular and my favorite. And the other one I tried was a Colombian. So
Are there like coffee sommeliers like there are for wine?
I don't know.
Probably.
Are you a wine girl?
I like wine. I like drinking it.
For sure.
I'm very picky about what I like and what I hate. So kind of.
Yeah.
I have a very good nose, I am told.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like I have a really like I'm kind of like a bloodhound
Mm.
in general. I can pick up smells that like no one else is
Like-
noticing.
This is a Cabernet from Napa Valley.
Well, unfortunately more just smells in life.
Okay.
But it does make me pickier with wine. Like I
Okay.
like really earthy wines that kind of taste like dirt in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like fruity, cherry,
Mhm.
high acidity. And when I say dirt, I don't mean oak. Like I hate everything from California and Oregon. It's just hard to say.
Mm.
I've had some of the Oregon Pinots that are fine, but like the California whites, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm sure I could go there and someone could sway me. Like if I
Yeah.
was feeling the vibes in Napa or something.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not like a connoisseur or anything, but just I know what I like and what I don't. And and I do have a more sensitive nose.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What's like your hobby, I guess? Like, what do you like to do
Right.
outside of working?
Outside of working and having 2 children in all my spare time.
Exactly.
Well, I weightlift at 5 a.m. 4 days a week.
Yeah.
I do Pilates 2 days a week.
Dang.
Yeah. So I do like heavy bodybuilding.
And you like it? Or is it like more of like, I just got to get the workout in kind of thing?
No, I love it.
Really?
That's like
Do you love it when you
that's
wake up
your
when your alarm goes off at 4:30 or 4, whenever you get up?
Well, I wake up at 5 and I start at 5:10 because I do it at my house.
Okay.
That is key to the success of this. We go so many places. If I had to drag my butt to another place, that would not be happening. So I go downstairs. I eat like 2 peanut butter crackers so I don't pass out. And then I go to the gym still in my pajamas. And I lift heavy in my jammies for like 45 minutes. And I am kind of addicted to that. Like I do enjoy the pump. I do enjoy the gains. And I enjoy how it makes me feel that I've already won the day.
At 5 in the freaking
morning. And I hate waking up at the same time as my family and going like straight into the circus.
Yeah.
Like I need that time to do something for myself, but otherwise it's just like right into like getting everyone ready for school, getting everyone out the door, getting everyone's breakfast, getting my own stuff ready and my own breakfast, and like waking up into the chaos is just awful. And so it helps my burnout stay at bay. And yeah, so I do like it. It's not like I'm doing it begrudgingly just to like be hot. Like I do it. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. I do always find the days that I work out early, get it done in the morning, the days are just better. Like happier.
Very positive.
I feel
mindset.
like I just feel like I'm good today. You know what I'm saying?
You've already won.
Mm-hmm.
And you're giving yourself all these nice brain chemicals too from doing it, and your body gets used to it when you do it that early. So now, if I tried to not do that, like I'd still probably wake up.
How long have you been doing this consistently?
The bodybuilding, like a year and change. Okay. I started with like the addiction to the Pilates at Flow Core across from our office and in their compass office. And I just started seeing muscles. And I was like, muscles are cool. I've never had those before. I'm not like an athlete, you know. I was like a theater and musical theater and choir child. Ballet, I guess, was semi-athletic. But like, I don't know. I have hustle in business. I do not have hustle. Like, I'm not going to run after that ball. I don't care where it goes. That's not happening.
Hilarious.
But I started to see a little muscle and was happy about that. At first, I was like, if you like muscle, you need to lift weights.
Yeah.
And then once I got my like new gains, which happens like when you first start lifting for the first time ever, you see like a lot of improvement out of the gate, and then you're like, oh my God, I want to get ripped.
Yeah.
So now I'm just trying to get ripped.
Let's go.
Perpetually for the rest of my life.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's sick.
So I do that. And then I also like grandma crafts. Like needle pointing. Very tedious handicrafts.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So your gal's got some needle pointing.
Yeah. I don't know if that's what my wife has done. I don't know. Sometimes she'll sit on the couch with like a thing of yarn. You know?
Thing? Does she knit?
I don't know. It's like she's got like
knitting needles are the big. I also knit
it's like hooks on it.
That's crochet.
Okay, maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. So
she hasn't done it a little bit, but
I do knit, and it's like a winter vibe hobby for me. Tedious crafts, because otherwise when I'm sitting on the couch during chill time, I get out my phone. If I get out my phone, I'm either doom scrolling or I'm working. It's just not good for your brain. And like I'm an ADHD gal. Like I need to be having some input or doing something. So tedious handcrafts are great for my relaxation for some reason.
Yeah. Diamond art. That's
that
what
would
she's
be fun.
doing.
There you go.
That's her thing now.
And I used to be into gardening. I still love gardening. I like dirt work, but unfortunately, peak gardening season is also peak real estate season. Yeah. So the garden's been outsourced.
Get one tomato, and then you're like, all right, that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And weeding's all fun and games until it's like August, and you're like, I need to just hire someone to do this. Yeah. I go through I'm a hobby collector.
Yeah.
There's lots of hobbies going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get into some new hobbies.
Cooking's fun.
Yeah.
When I have time.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I am a good cook, and I like doing that and hosting and doing all that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then painting. I've been a painter my whole life, but I haven't had time to do that in a while. But someday I'll be like a weird old lady artist.
Yeah.
Who takes listings for fun. That's the career trajectory. That's the retirement plan.
I love it.
Where you keep listing.
Yeah.
But you also make weird paintings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You want to sell forever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want the sign in. I want there to be a sign in list at my funeral, and then I'm gonna sell the leads to my estate or prospect it.
That's right. Genius.
We're gonna sell to the grave. I might change my tune on that, but like I just can't. I don't see how you would stop. Like I'd see how you'd slow down or not produce at the same level.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like as long as I have a heartbeat, I'm gonna be making money on real estate.
For sure. I love that.
Yeah.
Send it with that, huh?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I was gonna say
That's
the
great.
grave.
That's right.
End it right
Let
there.
her end it right there. Well, thank you for coming on, Allie. I really appreciate you coming on. This is fun.
Yeah.
Learned a lot. Now I'm going to get into some of these conferences and whatnot.
Yeah.
Wear something flashy.
Wear something flashy.
Maybe I'll wear like, I don't know. I don't even know. Like, what would a dude wear?
I don't know. You just people like to talk about tattoos.
Yeah, I guess.
You could just
That's my daughter's name, Amelia.
there you go. Roll the short sleeves. People always have something to ask about or talk about.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just roll up to a real estate conference in my Steelers jersey.
So you can make friends and enemies. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for coming on. This has been fun. All right. Bye, everybody.